Mr. Acting Premier, and parliamentary colleagues, and ladies and gentlemen, in my family we have a little family joke, because I have to open things occasionally, and every now and then I get up and make a powerful speech, of course, and forget to open it. So I'm under now chronic instructions by my wife to get the job over and talk afterwards. So I declare the Ord River Diversion Dam open. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, from this moment, nobody will be able to look at this dam and say, what a pity, it was never opened. Everything is now in order. The next thing I want to say to you is that I've received a message from Her Majesty the Queen, who came up here some little time ago on, I believe, a very hot day, and enjoyed it, and has frequently told me since how much she enjoyed it. And there's a message from her addressed to myself. I am so much interested to know that you are opening the Ord River Diversion Dam today. Both my husband and I have the happiest memories of our visit to Kununurra last March, and we send our good wishes to all assembled on this occasion, which is so important for the future economy of Western Australia and for that of the Commonwealth of Australia. Signed, Elizabeth. And I don't mind telling you that for a while I rather felt inclined to grumble and say, oh dear me, we've just got back from a tiring journey. Fancy having to go all that distance. What I said under my breath about Dave Brand and Charlie Court was really not quite polite. But we've arrived, and we've been driving around, or been driven around this morning, and I don't mind telling you, speaking for myself, and I know even more so for my wife, there's no weariness left in us. This is the most exciting place in Australia at this moment.
Sir Robert, I would like you to accept this on behalf of the Government of Western Australia.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Is that my old friend Kelly's knob in the middle? I think that hill will probably become famous. Not as Kelly's knob, but as Pig Iron Bob. It's a strange kind of world that we live in. Today, I'm credibly informed, is Saturday. And on Saturday morning of last week, we came pie-eyed out of an aircraft that had just arrived from the United States of America. And on Sunday afternoon, I had a press and television interview, than which, I warn you young fellows there can be nothing more terrifying in the world. And then we sat down in the cabinet room and we've just been discussing financial matters. And of course, whenever we discuss financial matters, West Australia is never very far away. And we stopped on Thursday night, exhausted by ill-doing, no doubt, and declared a simple adjournment so that some of us could come over here and then go back and resume our iniquitous task, so far as I'm concerned, on Monday. For years and years, 17 years, I think, you've had this experimental station. A combination of the talents of your own officers and those of the CSIRO. Couldn't have been very easy for men of learning and qualification to come and, as they might think, lose themselves in what was comparatively a desert, none of the amenities of life, isolated, sustained only by their tremendous skill and their burning enthusiasm. You know, all around the world, there's a disposition to think of the Australian as a rather cynical fellow. You know, again everybody, again everything. Well, true enough in politics, of course, temporarily. But whenever I go to where things are being done in Australia, I'm reminded that this country can produce more concentrated enthusiasm and skill and devotion to the appropriate task than any other country I know. And I want to make my bow in the direction of those people who started the experimental station and who did work without which we wouldn't be here today, and there would be no Ord scheme at all. The application of science, combined with enthusiasm, based upon careful research work, we have today a demonstration of one stage of what can be done when these things come together. It's been a very great privilege, I think, for the Commonwealth, and in particular for my own government, to be associated with this work. But I don't hesitate to say that the work could not have been done except for enthusiasts far, far removed from the Cabinet Room at Canberra.